DC Comics has once again shocked fans with one of the darkest turns in Batman and Catwoman's long, complicated romance. In the latest tie-in issue for the massive DC KO Crisis event, the storyline takes the pair to a point more tragic than anything fans have seen before, leaving both heroes completely broken in ways no one could have imagined. This isn't just heartbreak. It's a full-scale emotional collapse that could reshape how fans see the Dark Knight and his feline partner. For those not caught up, the DC KO Crisis event has heroes fighting in a brutal tournament-style deathmatch. The winner will inherit the Heart of Apocalypse and face King Omega Darkseid, which is basically the ultimate power in the DC universe. In a huge shock for readers, Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson's DC KO He-1 revealed that Batman dies in the tournament after a surprise attack by the Joker. But that's not the end of Bruce Wayne. Williamson's DC KO Knightfight 21 reveals that Bruce prepared for the worst, building a failsafe into his suit to cheat death. Unfortunately, this plan leads to something even darker than dying. In DC KO Knightfight 2-1, Bruce's apocalyptic armor isn't just protective, it has a built-in boom tube designed to bring him back to Gotham if he becomes inactive. However, when it activates, it doesn't return him to the Gotham he knows. Instead, Bruce wakes up in a future version of the city, one he doesn't recognize. Here, he's labeled an enemy not just by Gotham, but by his own son, Nightwing, who has taken over the mantle of Batman. The scenario is confusing and chilling. His eldest son believes Bruce has gone mad and must be stopped. Bruce tries to explain the situation, warning Dick about Darkseid and the deadly tournament. But Nightwing is unconvinced. He assumes Bruce has lost his mind after using the Lazarus pit, pointing out that the pit has driven many of Gotham's greatest, including Ra's al Ghul, Talia, Jason Todd, and even Selina Kyle, into madness. The mention of Selina's name hits Bruce like a hammer. The implication is crushing Catwoman is not safe, and the love he thought could survive anything is caught in the same dark spiral. The story takes a devastating turn when it's revealed that the Lazarus pit didn't just change Bruce. It changed Selina too. The comic leaves it unclear whether she chose this fate, or if it was forced upon her, creating a tragic ambiguity that leaves fans reeling. Bruce is faced with the reality that the woman he loves might have been broken by the same dark powers that nearly destroyed him. In Dan Mora's art, Bruce's heartbreak is clear. Thus, the weight of seeing the woman he loves suffering alongside him is almost unbearable. Their relationship is not just strained, it's fundamentally altered. 2. This storyline marks a major turning point in Batman and Catwoman's history. While their romance has always been full of highs and lows, Knightfight 2-1 pushes the emotional stakes further than ever before. Both characters are forever changed by the events tied to the Lazarus pit. Their love, once a source of hope and humanity for Bruce, has now become a symbol of tragedy. For fans who have followed the pair over decades, this moment is both shocking and heartbreaking. The impact of the Lazarus pit on the characters is central to the tragedy. Traditionally, The pit is known for its ability to bring someone back from the brink of death, but it often comes with serious consequences. Ball, madness, obsession, and even a loss of humanity are frequent side effects. In this case, both Batman and Catwoman have faced the pit's darkest outcomes. Bruce's futuristic Gotham reveals a horrifying what-if scenario, where his decisions and the choices of those he loves lead to ruin. What makes Knightfight 2-1 so compelling is the way it explores the emotional and psychological toll on the characters. Bruce is no longer just fighting villains or protecting Gotham. He's confronting a personal nightmare that includes betrayal, loss, and irreversible consequences. Nightwing's distrust and the ambiguous fate of Selina Kyle add layers of complexity to the story. Fans see Bruce not just as a hero, but as a man forced to confront the limits of his own power and the tragic costs of his actions. Even beyond the personal tragedy, DCK.O. Knightfight T1 expands the stakes for the entire DC universe. The tournament itself is dangerous, pitting heroes against each other in life or death scenarios. But the emotional devastation Batman experiences, learning his future self succumb to madness, watching his love possibly destroyed, adds a human, relatable element to what could otherwise be just another superhero battle. Readers are reminded that even the strongest heroes can face heartbreak that no armor, weapon, or strategy can fix. The art in Knightfight 21 by Dan Mora and the variant cover by John Boy Myers help convey this emotional weight perfectly. The visual storytelling shows Bruce's anguish, the bleakness of future Gotham, and the haunting presence of Selina's altered fate. The combination of writing and art makes this one of the most memorable and gut-wrenching Batman stories in recent years. Fans are likely to discuss and dissect every panel for months, especially the moments highlighting Bruce's despair and the uncertain status of his love. Knightfight 21 also touches on themes that resonate across decades of Batman comics, the dangers of obsession, the price of immortality, and the ways that even the strongest bonds can be tested beyond recognition. The Lazarus Pit is a literal and symbolic representation of these themes, taking the characters to extremes that challenge their morality, sanity, and relationships. For Catwoman, being tied to this darkness amplifies the tragedy. She's no longer just a partner in crime or romance. She's a mirror of Bruce's deepest fears and failures. For readers who have followed Batman and Catwoman's journey through Gotham's streets, this storyline is unprecedented. It's a stark reminder that superhero stories aren't always about happy endings or clear victories. Sometimes, the stakes are personal and devastating, showing that even the greatest heroes are vulnerable to loss and despair. The DCK.O. Crisis event, with its tournament and ultimate showdown against Darkseid, sets the stage for even more shocking revelations. But Knightfight 2-1 ensures that Batman and Catwoman's emotional collapse is front and center. The future of Batman and Catwoman's relationship now hangs in the balance. Will they ever recover from the trauma of the Lazarus Pit? Can love survive when both partners are altered so fundamentally? These questions leave fans on edge and make Knightfight T1 essential reading for anyone invested in DC's modern storytelling. Unlike many comic events that focus purely on action, this storyline prioritizes character development and emotional stakes, making it stand out in the crowded world of superhero comics. Knightfight T1 also raises intriguing questions about the future of Gotham. With Bruce exiled and Nightwing as the city's new protector, the dynamics of heroism and justice are complicated like never before. Bruce's warning about Darkseid and the tournament adds tension and urgency, emphasizing that the personal tragedies of Batman and Catwoman are part of a larger cosmic battle. The personal and epic collide, making this issue a critical piece of DC's overarching narrative. For longtime fans, seeing Batman and Catwoman in such a vulnerable state is both shocking and compelling. The narrative shows that love, even for heroes, isn't immune to destruction. Knightfight D1 demonstrates that choices, no matter how heroic, have consequences that can ripple through time, altering relationships, identities, and the very fabric of Gotham itself. DCK. Knightfight 21 is now available, and it's already making waves among fans and critics alike. The issue delivers intense emotional drama, high-stakes action, and groundbreaking revelations about two of DC's most beloved characters. It's a must-read for anyone following the DCK. Crisis, and for anyone interested in the deepest, darkest moments of Batman and Catwoman's story. This issue proves that Batman comics are not just about fighting crime. They're about exploring the human cost of heroism. The darkness Bruce and Selina face is a reminder that even in a world of superpowers and villains, some of the most powerful stories come from heartbreak, loss, and the struggle to hold on to love in impossible circumstances. Knightfight 21 solidifies its place as a landmark issue in DC history, marking a point where Batman and Catwoman's love story reaches a depth and darkness never seen before. Fans will be talking about this story for years, analyzing every panel, discussing the Lazarus pit's impact, and debating the future of Batman, Catwoman, and Gotham itself. The emotional weight, combined with the epic stakes of the DCK crisis, makes this one of the most significant and unforgettable Batman tales in modern comics.